Hey guys, in this video I'm going to go over 3 tips that will help you talk to girls effectively and get them to want you. Tip 1. Give first and take later. You guys ever step up and ask a girl for a number only to never hear back from her? Or worse, did she reject you? The question is why? Your mind frame may be, I need to get this, or I want that. When it comes to you and women, it's like looking at your favorite car at a car dealership. When you talk to girls, they feel like they're talking to a salesperson. Have you met a salesperson who kept asking you to buy a car now and make a deal? How did that experience make you feel? That's right, you probably felt turned off. That's how girls feel when you ask for their number. When someone wants to take without offering anything of value in return, you will always be turned off. The reason you act like a salesperson when you talk to girls is because you have a validation-seeking mentality. This means you're seeking validation from someone, in this case a girl, who has something you want. Because this girl, or any number of girls, won't give you what you want, you start to obsess about getting that something from them. This obsession is going to make you insecure, and from a woman's perspective, needy. Unfortunately, the majority of men who have a validation-seeking mentality can't understand why they aren't succeeding. The truth of the matter is, the only happiness you will ever get is from yourself, not a woman. Once you realize you don't need a woman's validation, you won't care whether or not she gives you her number. You won't run out of things to say because you are happy and confident in yourself. You'll start giving her ideas and making her realize you want her but don't need her. This will make you more attractive and desirable. Tip 2. How to speak to women and the secret to making anyone like you. We all hate small talk, yet 99% of guys try it when talking to women. A lot of guys go up to a woman and ask questions. We call this 21 questions. Imagine a salesman knocking on your door and asking you question after question. Every second with him is so painful. You just want to get away no matter how rude you have to be. That's what women feel when guys approach them with 21 questions. When you approach a woman with a validation-seeking mentality, you pull out your 21 questions, thinking that's what girls like. And you still won't get what you want because she'll realize your intentions and then find you unattractive. This has probably happened to you before. Think about it. Has a girl ever sent you a text asking, "How are you?" and you didn't know what to reply? Or have you ever approached a girl and said, "Hey, you're pretty," and got her to say, "Thanks." And then you say something dumb and the conversation goes downhill from there. It's time for you to ditch the 21 questions and stop acting like a salesperson. The only way you'll be able to speak effectively to a girl is to have a give and take conversation. As you may already know, the main frustration women have with men is they feel they are not listening to them. The key is to be present and interested instead of trying to seem interesting. But even after you've learned how to be present and interested, there's still the question of, what do I talk about? If you want to know what to talk to a girl about, use the survey approach. The survey approach involves you coming up to a girl and asking a sincere question that you want their opinion on. Doing this will make them 100 times more likely to open up to you. For example, you could go up to a girl who happens to have on a new pair of Nikes and ask her, "Those shoes look nice, but are they comfortable to wear?" At that point, she feels important because you're asking her for her opinion. Once you ask her that question, she'll say, "Yeah, they're actually super soft and I can walk around all day because they fit easily." After this, your conversation with her will continue effortlessly because she'll believe you only want her opinion and are not trying to get anything out of her. It's important that you're genuinely interested in what a woman has to say, because that's when you start having a conversation instead of asking 21 questions like a salesman would. The key to using the survey approach is to think of something you want input on, so you appear and feel authentic. You can even come up to a girl in person or by text and ask, "What do you like about guys approaching you in person?" Getting a girl interested in you is that simple. Tip 3. How can you achieve abundance and ditch your get mentality? This might sound weird, so I'll explain this in easy terms. Abundance is when you have a lot of something you want or need. When you have abundance, you have no worries. Scarcity is when you think you lack something, when in reality, you have everything you need or want. Scarcity creates fear of missing out. There are two types of guys: those with an abundance and those with a scarcity. First, I'm going to define the guys who fall under the scarcity mentality. Guys with scarcity act out of fear to get what they want because they don't want to miss out. They have a get mentality. They're so focused on getting what they want, they forget that women have needs too. They'll do anything to get what they want, whether it's a girl's number or a certain outcome in a given situation. Then on the other hand, you have the guys who fall under the abundance category. Abundance gives you authority and confidence. Guys with abundance don't need anything to get anything because they have so much of what they want. Let's use Starbucks to explain abundance. You walk into Starbucks and get in line. After 5 minutes of waiting, you get bored and decide to leave. The person behind the cash register isn't going to care because there's 5 people in front of you and 5 people behind you. Almost all women have an abundance of men who want them. Now let's use an imaginary coffee shop called Tina's Coffee to explain scarcity. You walk into Tina's coffee shop and see it's empty. You then take a look at the menu while the cashier stares you down because you're obviously the only person in the shop. The cashier's staring is making you uncomfortable and you want to leave. But you don't leave because you're afraid of disappointing them, so you give in and buy something you don't want. You never go back. That's scarcity. You bought the coffee just so you could get what you want, to get out of the coffee shop and away from the weird cashier. Now let's say your inbox on Plenty of Fish or Tinder is normally 0 to 1 messages. Every time you open your inbox, you feel disappointed. You feel worthless because you think nobody likes you. In that situation, you're experiencing scarcity. But let's say you open up your inbox and see over 100 messages from different girls. You feel like the man, wouldn't you? That's what it feels like to experience abundance. Guys, that's the feeling I can give you. I created Date Kickstarter because I had the same struggle you're having. I promise you, Date Kickstarter will change your life by removing your scarcity and giving you the feeling of abundance that comes with having over 100 women hitting up your inbox. What would you be willing to pay a feeling like that? Surprise. All we're asking for is $19.99. Once you have 100 plus girls in your inbox and you start talking to them, you no longer stress about the outcome of your conversations with them. You can finally be yourself. You won't worry about saying the right thing to her because guess what? You have another 99 girls waiting for you in your inbox. Once you start being yourself, girls will notice your authenticity and how you're not scared to say what you want. And that's when they will want you. How Date Kickstarter changes your life is very simple. On POF, Match, and OkCupid, we send out over 1,000 messages to girls online in your area without you having to lift a finger. Our service comes with a guarantee that we will send out 1,000 messages to different girls by the end of the month or your money back. But hold on guys, I've got good news. For a limited time only, you can use our service and feel like the man with over 100 girls in your inbox for just $19.99. And remember, you don't have to lift a finger. We do all the hard work for you. Are you ready to experience abundance and dominate? Try Date Kickstarter today, risk-free.